20 seconds and counting.
Hey, what's good, guys? It's Clutch Today Entertainment here, back to another video. And for today's video, I'm going to be doing a preview over this weekend's college football games. I'm going to be talking about players to watch out for, possible games to watch in terms of players that we could possibly be getting. It's looking like we're going to have probably 2 first-round picks this draft, one of our own, and then one is looking like Deshaun Watson is going to be traded very, very soon. So we're probably going to have 2, maybe even 3. I doubt it, but I mean, there's always a possibility where we could have 3 first-round picks this coming draft. But, yeah, one of those picks, they're most likely going to be a top 10 pick. But, yeah, I'm just going to do the preview over games to watch, different players to watch for this weekend. The first game that I'm going to be talking about is Alabama versus Mississippi. Alabama's ranked number 1, and Ole Miss, Mississippi, they're ranked number 12. And this is going to be a very, very good game. Very entertaining game. Usually Alabama always rolls over their opponents 60-3, 60-7, 53-14, whatever it is. But this game, I don't think it's going to be like that. Ole Miss, they've shown throughout the season that they can pretty much keep up with teams. They can take big leads, and they can be a dominant football team. And that's why they're ranked number 12. They're 3-0. And their quarterback, that's a big reason for that. Their quarterback is Matt Corral, and he's been on an absolute tear so far this season. He's been phenomenal. I don't think he has any interceptions. In this past game, I think he had 7 total touchdowns. It was 4 rushing, 3 passing. So he's just been a dominant quarterback so far this season. He showcased his arm, his strength. He looks like a Trey Lance in a sense of running. Very, very strong, very low to the ground, and he trucks people. He's gonna run over you. If you're a cornerback or a smaller size safety, Matt Corral is just gonna run all over you. It's just gonna happen. And even maybe some linebackers. But one thing that really impresses me the most is his arm. His arm is amazing. The way he places the ball in places where the defender can't get it. He puts it in places where only the receiver has a chance at it. He's not going to throw a dangerous ball where the cornerback or safety or linebacker, whoever it is, can get a hand on the football. He's going to throw it on the outside or on the inside where the defender isn't there, so only the receiver has a chance at it. And that's just one thing that I really admire. And then another thing is his crazy, crazy arm strength. The way he's just able to throw the ball downfield so effortlessly. Sometimes he doesn't even have to do his full drop back. He snaps the ball, takes maybe 1 step back, and then boom, delivers a bullet over the middle of the field, whether it's a slant, a post route, a crossing route. And one thing that they do, they run a bunch of Yankee concepts with Ole Miss. And that's something that we used to do with DeAndre Hopkins and Will Fuller. Is the Yankee concept is most of the time it's play action. You call it play action pass, and the wide receiver on the left runs a deep crossing route, and the wide receiver on the right runs a deep crossing route the other way. So it's kind of like they're intertwining each other, running different ways to separate the safeties, get the middle of the field open, probably try to confuse the linebackers as well. And that's something that Matt Corral is really good at doing. That's something that they do at Ole Miss a lot, is those Yankee concepts. And that's something that could really, really translate to the NFL. With Matt Corral's arm strength, he's going to be able to make almost any throw on the football field. And his playbook, I've seen a couple of people talk about his playbook that it's not that open of a playbook. It's very, very kind of like a closed-off playbook. They don't have too many plays. But from what I've seen, I mean, their playbook is very, very unique, at least from what I've seen. But, yeah, Matt Corral, that's one guy to watch. He's 22 years old, 6'2", 205 pounds, and he's just an absolute athletic freak. And the next guy, it's the same football game, or the same game being played, and it's the quarterback for Alabama, Bryce Young. He's not going to be draft eligible until 2023, but that's another name to watch out for in case we don't want to draft a quarterback this year, or this draft, or maybe if Davis Mills shows us something to at least give him one more year to see what he has. But this video is like a scenario in case Davis Mills doesn't work. But, yeah, Bryce Young, he's 20 years old, 194 pounds, 6 foot. And this is another guy, extremely, extremely talented. He's shown that he can make almost any throw in the football field. But part of it is because the Alabama receivers are almost always open. I mean, Alabama, they have freaks at wide receiver. Like, they've always had crazy good wide receivers from Calvin Ridley, Jerry Jeudy, just a bunch of different guys. Like, they're like a wide receiver powerhouse as well as running back powerhouse. But yeah, Bryce Young, he's extremely talented. He has pretty solid speed. But one concern that I have is he isn't the biggest of guys. He plays kind of smaller, I guess. He kind of looks like kind of reminds me of a Russell Wilson in a way. The way his play style, the way he plays, the way he throws the football, and the way he maneuvers in the pocket. One thing that I really, really love about him is he doesn't run out of the pocket or escape the pocket to make a run for it, to make a 3-yard, 4-yard, 5-yard run. He's a guy that's going to escape the pocket and keep his eyes downfield and try to make a throw downfield, or at least for a couple extra yards than what would be him rushing the football. And that's something that you really, really need as from an NFL quarterback. A guy that's going to keep his eyes downfield and not run first. And that's something that, as I said, Bryce Young does really, really well. And that's going to be something to watch out for. This game is going to be a very, very entertaining game. I see it being a shootout. All in all, I think Alabama wins, but it should be a very, very good game. Matt Corral is going to be having a chance to go up against the number 1 ranked team in college football. And Bryce Young, he's going to have a chance to play some better competition. They haven't really played 2 good teams. I think the only team that they played that's relatively decent is Miami, and they kind of blew them out of the water. But yeah, the next game that I'm going to be talking about is Cincinnati and Notre Dame. Cincinnati, they have a quarterback. His name is Desmond Ridder. 22 years old, 6'4", 215 pounds. His size is kind of like the prototypical quarterback you like. Has very, very good size. Is very tall, and he has some good weight on him. And he reminds me, that's kind of hard to give him a comparison, but I would say maybe like a Joe Burrow in the sense of him throwing the football. I think Ryder's a little bit more athletic, but just the way he puts the touch on the football, he kind of looks like a Joe Burrow. This guy is kind of hard to really not analyze, but just hard to really put a name on him. He plays very, very uniquely. Like, he has a very good arm. He has very, very good touch, as I said. And he kind of reminds me of Matt Corral, I guess. He puts the ball where most of the time only the receiver can get it. I know he had a crazy game where he had 3 or 4 interceptions last season, I think. But this season he's been pretty good. And that's why he's in the discussion to be a first-round quarterback. Personally, I don't see him being a top 15 pick. I mean, it's still early in the season, but this is a big test for him. He's going to be playing the number 9 ranked team, Notre Dame, and we all know how good the defense is, and they have that freak of a safety, Kyle Hamilton. So Desmond Ridder is going to be faced against a tough secondary, a very tough linebacker core, just a very tough defense in general. So this is going to be a very big test for Ridder. See what he has against pretty good competition. I think he's probably going to have a very good game. I feel like he's going to surprise some people. But personally, I don't see him being a top 15 pick as of right now. But that's pretty much it for that game. The next game I'm going to talk about is Liberty versus UAB. And that game is going to showcase Malik Willis. Malik Willis is a fan favorite. Everybody loves him. So do I. I have him as my number 1 ranked quarterback right now. And for a very good reason. He looks like a Lamar Jackson running the football, but obviously a little bit slower. Nobody's going to be as fast as him. And he kind of throws his deep ball reminds me of Deshaun Watson. It has a perfect representation. The way he flicks his wrist, the way the ball moves. It just looks like a faster, maybe more athletic Deshaun mixed with a Lamar Jackson. Think of maybe Deshaun Watson, a little bit shorter, but with I guess, as I say, more athletic. Like a faster and more athletic, but shorter Deshaun Watson. I think that's what Malik Willis's peak could be. Somewhere around there. That's kind of maybe a dumb comparison. I'm not too sure. But that's what I see from him. He's very, very fast. Very, very strong. He can make almost any throw on the football field. He has a crazy arm. He's just an insane athlete in general. But yeah, Malik Willis, he's my guy. If we are to take a quarterback, that's who I would want. And the competition is going to be playing this weekend. As you know, he doesn't play the best competition. It's UAB. I don't even know who that is, to be honest with you. But I would expect him to go on an absolute tear this weekend. But, well, I guess we're going to have to see. And the next game I'm going to talk about, they're honorable mentions. These are more just defensive guys. We got Oregon and Stanford. Number 3, Oregon. They're going to be playing Stanford is 2-2. And the guy to watch from there is Kayvon Thibodeaux. I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name. I'm going to give him a try it. But his first name is Kayvon, the defensive end. Very, very freakishly talented, very athletic. Just a very crazy good defensive end. Defensive player in general. You can line him up as an outside linebacker, as a defensive end. You can put him over the center or over the guard, kind of like a Jadeveon Clowney. You can line him up over almost anywhere on the defensive line. He's probably the best defensive end prospect, probably since Chase Young and Nick Bosa. I believe he has a chance to be better than both of them. As of right now, I believe he's probably the He's probably the consensus number one pick in the NFL draft as of right now, and he's proven it for the first couple weeks. I know he got hurt. What was it against? Who did he get hurt against? I'm not too sure. I think it was like 2 to 3 weeks ago. But for the first couple of games that he did play, he looked very, very good. And another honorable mention is Kaiir Elam, 20-year-old corner, 6'2", 193 pounds. He plays for the Florida Gators. They're going to be playing the University of Kentucky, so, I mean, not much of a... They don't have that good of an offense. So, Kaiir Elam, he should be able to have a pretty good game. Probably allow maybe one reception, if even. I wouldn't really expect Kentucky to do much against them. And another honorable mention is Derek Stingley Jr. We were mocked to him in a recent, a CBS mock draft, I believe. We were mocked him, I believe, at number 4. Either number 3 or number 4. He's going to be playing this weekend against Auburn. Auburn, their offense, I mean, it's not the best. They can do some things, but most of it's their run game. So, I mean, we're going to get to see how good of a tackler Derek Stingley is, I believe, this coming week. And that's going to be something that's critical for a cornerback. If you can cover, great. If you can tackle, double great. Like, you need your cornerback or your star number one cornerback to be able to tackle. We see the Jalen Ramseys, the Jair Alexanders, those type of cornerbacks, Tre'Davious White, all of those guys, they can tackle. What are they known for? They're known for the coverage. But they're also very, very, very good and very sound tacklers. And Derek Stingley, he's not the best tackler. One of his best traits is he's willing to tackle. He's willing to throw himself, attempt to make the tackle. But not all the time is he able to make those tackles. That's something that we're going to see a big test against with Auburn. Their running game, I believe it's pretty highly ranked. I'm not exactly sure what number they are, but I believe they're a top 15 running team or somewhere around there. But yeah, those are just some games that I would watch out for, that I would look for. A bunch of quarterback prospects, like I said, Malik Willis, Matt Corral, Desmond Ryder, and then a couple of DBs with Kaiir Elam, Derek Stingley Jr., and I guess you could probably throw Kyle Hamilton into that discussion if we want to go the safety route. And then obviously the number one consensus draft pick, Kayvon Thibodeaux. That's another name to watch out for. But yeah, it's going to be a very, very fun week of college football. For me, as a viewer, as a watcher, this is probably going to be the best week so far of the season. A bunch of good games. There's going to be good games at pretty much every time slot this weekend, this Saturday. But yeah, let me know guys that y'all would like to see in a Houston Texans uniform, or guys that y'all would watch out for. If y'all, just guys that y'all would watch out for, whether it's a running back or a receiver, a defensive end, whatever it is. Let me know guys that y'all want to see on the football team. And let me know just different games that you're going to look out for, I guess. Just different stuff like that. But, yeah, it's been Clutch City Entertainment, and I hope you guys have a good day. Peace.